Hey, and welcome into the Big Ten Huddle. We talk every Big Ten football team. I'm JR, and today, if you're feeling like we covered a lot in the last episode with 7 games, don't you worry. We have 11 games to cover here. Sometimes it's a bit of a chore to cover the entire Big Ten, but we do it for you because we know that if we're going to be a Big Ten podcast, we ought to actually cover the entire Big Ten. So that's what we're here to do. With me here, as always, on the Tuesday nights is a man who, if he's not careful, he might just get himself banned from the Paul Finebaum show. It's Zack Guggenheim.
I would wear that like a badge of honor if I got banned from that show.
I don't know who would be more proud, Portnoy getting banned from Ohio State or you getting banned from the Paul Finebaum show.
I'm pretty sure it's Portnoy.
I think Paul Finebaum has your number blocked.
If he does, then he has more issues than I thought, man, because I'm small potatoes.
Well, no, he's listened to the podcast. We've done enough segments on him. Surely at this point he's listened.
Can you pull up the Paul Finebaum leaving the country tracker just for old time's sake?
I gotta pull it up.
Oh no. Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go to the chat really fast while I get it.
Okay. Well, apparently word got out that I might be banned because Philip is here. He's saying that my suspension soon to be reinstated. Not sure why I'm being suspended again. I don't know why. But
just for fun this time, I think.
Apparently. And then Max said that I am Moneyline Mateers bookie, which is it's just such good alliteration right there. Internal investigation determined a one-show ban at his choosing is appropriate. The Big Ten Huddle maintains he did nothing wrong.
So we are now mixing the Connor Stallions Michigan situation with John Mateer. Wow.
And then Dave Valensky, Zack, he's a college football maniac.
Yes, he is.
It's fair. It's fair.
What?
Okay. But here's the thing. I'm not going to be a maniac. I'm not going to be able to be a maniac if YouTube TV doesn't get their act together with Fox.
Pro tip. Fox One, their app, is offering a 7-day free trial in case the negotiations don't work. So there's a 7-day free trial. So, you can't watch it on YouTube TV, but you could get the Fox One app and watch all of their programming there. So if things don't work out, you don't have to switch and pay $80 again for some subscription service. Just go over to Fox One and pay that for the weekend, or not even pay it. It's a free trial for the weekend, and you should be good there.
How beautiful are the feet of those who carry good news.
Mm-hmm.
That was good news.
I try. Listen, we got the Paul Finebaum tracker, okay? We will update this every week. Oh, let's bring Zach's comment down, or Dave's comment down. No, it's not that we don't appreciate it, Dave. We just want to make sure we get everything coming in here. So, yes, Paul Finebaum. Week to week, we will update the tracker. Teams that are out of the college football playoff race, we will exit out as they go. Hopefully it doesn't happen until at least week 5. Jeez, we're in trouble if it starts happening by then. But yeah, we will eliminate teams as we go. And, I picked Clemson to win the national championship. So, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah. But I definitely still want it to be a Big Ten team.
I hate to say this, but should we just go ahead and eliminate Purdue?
No. Barry Odom is the next Kirk Cinetti, Zach. Don't you do it. Okay. I do want to get your opinion though on this Dave Portnoy stuff before we get further into the show, and we don't have to spend very long on this. But so last night word breaks that he is banned from Ohio Stadium. It's one of the craziest things. I literally woke up this morning and was like, what in the world? I thought it was fake when I first read it. Yeah. I was like, what in the world? And then I went and read the story and I was like, holy cow, they banned him. What in the That's absolutely crazy. And then Ross Dellinger put out the stuff about Ross Bjork, the Ohio State athletic director, saying he wasn't actually banned. It was Fox's decision, yada, yada, yada. Now you got conspiracy theories out there saying that Ross Bjork is lying and yada, yada, yada. What are your thoughts on it all, Zach?
This isn't just my opinion. Jonah Booker put out a thought that I think sums up my thoughts as well. I think Ross Bjork should have just sat on it. Like, who cares? I feel like the more you talk in a situation like this, it just stirs the pot even more. Ohio State's going to get called soft either way. I don't think it's true. I understand the position you're in if you're Ohio State, right? Like, Portnoy is not just a guy who is a troll. Like, he's actually a Michigan booster who like helped finance one of their biggest recruits ever. So like, and not to mention, we're just coming off a multi-year scandal of your rival stealing things from you. Like, so I can understand the dilemma that Ohio State's in, but I just think, okay, Dave Portnoy's banned. Who did it? Well, just let people think it's Ohio State. And if it's actually Fox, then let people realize that that's a trend that Dave Portnoy is not allowed in their stadiums. Well, just let it go, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a problem with him coming out and saying anything. It's stupid. I think you should be more staying on Fox than anything else, because you hire the clown, you get the circus. That's what I said earlier, and it's like, if this is what Fox wanted, this is what you get. You hire the clown show, and he's going to bring his circus and everything else with him. So it is what it is. But my whole thing was like, if they ban him, who cares?
It's a nothing. And just to clarify, I do not think Portnoy is Stallions.
I don't know. He looked pretty good in those sunglasses. Did you see the tweet that Stallions responded to?
Oh my gosh. Fire that guy into the sun. I'm done with Stallions. Get him out of here. I don't care about Portnoy. He does great pizza reviews, by the way. I could do without the cursing, but pizza reviews are great. But I just... It's really, I agree with what you're saying about Fox, and I loved the Fox TV deal. Like, at the time, I was like, this is great for the Big Ten. More and more, I'm like, Fox, you guys are second rate. Like, be better than this. I went to you for legitimate conversation. I didn't go to you to be a second rate College Game Day, which is what they're becoming. Like, I don't need another Desmond Howard or Pat McAfee. And, like, they're trying to have Portnoy be Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's entertaining. I think he's a goofball, and I'm not sure I want him on there. But, like, at least he's entertaining. Dave Portnoy, it's not the same. He didn't play football. McAfee's an all-pro punter. Portnoy is a guy who owns a really,
I say ban them both. Ban them both. They can't. Both of them can't be there. Get rid of Portnoy. Get rid of McAfee. Who's the other one? There's got to be somebody else out there. See, ban them all.
We just need, honestly, what we need Saban and Meyer.
Yeah.
And just let them have a show. That would be it.
The last thing I'll say on this is, if you are somebody who has this conspiracy theory that Ohio State did really ban them, and they went out and they paid all these media companies to write the right stories for them and everything, just know the same people who believe that and who started that are the same people who said Ryan Day's brother is going to be arrested. They're the same people that say the walk-on linebacker that went to Michigan and transferred to Ohio State is going to go be in prison. That's what they've said, is he's going to be in prison, Joey Velasquez, or Velasquez, however you pronounce his name. It's just it's crazy conspiracy stuff. Wait, what truly happened here, and this, I mean, I can say this pretty confidently, what truly happened here, Fox hired Portnoy. Other people in the Big Ten, as well as Ohio State, didn't like the hire, didn't want him on their sideline, didn't want him, in the stadium, and said, look, we're not going to ban him, but you can't bring this clown into the stadium. You can't bring this clown onto our sidelines. He's going to stir up trouble. He's going to do stuff. And Fox said, okay, fine, we'll just put him on the desk outside the stadium.
Yep. So. Yep. And it's the smart thing to do, but the smarter thing to do would be to get rid of him altogether.
Well, yeah, they should have never hired him at first. But anyway. All right, we spent way too much time on this. And by the way, if you're saying whoa, J.R. Zack, it's because, he's a Michigan guy and everything, whatever. No, Michigan has some really good analysts out there. Charles
Butt.
Woodson does a good job. Jake Butt does a fantastic job. They have some really good ones out there. Unfortunately, the first people that they think about are Dave Portnoy and Desmond Howard, which is unfortunate for Jake Butt and Charles Woodson because they actually do a good job. So,
and at least Dez has a Heisman. Dez played football.
True.
Dave Portnoy, I don't think has played football.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe in his life. Anyway,
let's move on. We've talked way too long about this. I meant for it to be a 2-minute conversation. We've gone way too long. All right. The question of the day here is which teams in the Big Ten will score the most points on week 1. So we're going to go through every single game. We'll talk about the games we didn't discuss Sunday night or the podcast that was put out Tuesday. And then we will, the games that we'd already discussed, we'll just kind of reference those and move on really fast. Like Illinois, Western Illinois. I have Illinois winning this game 56-3. I think that this Illinois team will be the one that probably scores the most points. Western Illinois sucks. They got 77 put on them. Yeah, they got 77 put on them last year by Indiana. If Indiana can put 77 on them, quite confident Illinois can score 50 or more points on them, especially this Illinois team. Agree or disagree, Zach?
I agree. I actually have 56-0.
Okay.
So there's one team that I think. Well.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll say there's 3 other teams I think that might score more.
Okay. Well, let me go to my next team, and then you tell me if I'm right or not. USC is the next team that I think will score the most points. I have them beating Missouri State. They play at 7:30 on Big Ten Network, 7:30 Eastern time. I guess, what's that, 4:30 Pacific time? Yes. I have them beating Missouri State 52-6. I think Jaden Mayava gets out there. Lincoln Riley, I mean, you saw what they did to Georgia Southern last year. I think they go out there. They put on some fireworks, and people get really excited about Jaden Mayava.
They are one of my contenders to do more than 56 against Illinois, or for Illinois, because I think it's Lincoln Riley's DNA to be an offensive guy. So, and they have the firepower to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yankee asks Oregon. Oh, don't worry, Yankee. We'll get to Oregon. I have them below Iowa.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Philip says, will Illinois run or throw for more yards against Western Illinois? And he'd probably run. Brett Bielema, he's going to run the ball at the end of it.
I have a theory that they will actually throw for more yards.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they will want – it's Western Illinois, so it's time to get some reps for your receivers, your new receivers.
Mm-hmm. Max brings up a good point. He says something to factor in is which head coaches have more mercy putting in second and fourth strings earlier. Yeah, I mean, and to be frank, that's part of my reasoning with Oregon is they typically don't, run the score. At least last year they didn't. I shouldn't say typically. 2 years ago they scored 70 points on an FCS opponent. So maybe last year won't be the case. But all right, next third I have Penn State putting up 49 points on Nevada. I do think Nevada gets a score, so my score prediction is 49-7. Zach, agree or disagree?
I mean, they're one of my 3 that I think could go above 56 too. But I think that's a good right around there. I think you're right. You're right under the line, 57.5 with that score. So.
Yeah, on FanDuel, you can get this one. Penn State favored by 44.5, over under 57.5 there. Typically looks like there's going to be a touchdown at some point by Nevada to, or maybe a touchdown and a field goal or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I just think Penn State's going to come out and they're going to be so guns a-blazing and ready for the season, excited, and just get going with it. And I think they'll, I think they'll take care of Nevada quite easily. All right. Hey, before we move on, please do like and subscribe. Helps out the show. If you're on podcast, give us a 5-star rating. That helps out the show as well. Because this next one is going to get the people fired up. Zach, You ready for this? You ready for this next one?
Yes.
I have scoring 45 points. Actually, I have two teams scoring 45 points. But I went with this team first because I had them giving up less points. 45-0, the Iowa Hawkeyes over Albany.
I disagree.
Top four.
I disagree.
What? Okay, fine. Tell me why. You don't believe in Mark Gronowski? You don't believe in Tim Lester, Kamari Moulton, the offensive line?
All right, hold on. I'm going to do a deep dive here at the offense from last year. It could happen. I just don't know if I'd want to bank on it because there have been times that they've played like overmatched opponents and they have not done well. They won 40-0 last year against Illinois State. So, and again, their offense was much worse a year ago, I think. Last year
the offense was good. They have Caleb Johnson.
Well, yeah. So they were 40-0. 2 years ago, they beat Western Michigan 41-10. They beat Utah State 24-14. Let's see. 2022, they beat South Dakota State 7-3 and Nevada 27-0. So I don't know. I would feel much more comfortable in the 30s. I'm not sure how I feel about 45-0.
They scored 40 or more points 4 times last year, Zach. They scored 40 points against Illinois State, 40 points against Washington, 40 points against Northwestern, and 40 points against Wisconsin. They scored 38 against Troy and 31 against Minnesota.
I still would feel better in the 30s. You might be right.
They threw for 93 yards against Wisconsin and scored 42 freaking points, Zach. They threw for 93 yards. I don't know. If you want to disagree with me, that's fine. I get it. But it's Albany. They are not a good FCS team, at least from the research I did. Maybe they'll prove me wrong this season. But they play Albany, who is not a good FCS team. Mark Gronowski is going to go out there. I think they're going to keep him for a little bit extra time. I think that they want to showcase these new wide receivers. I think the offensive line is going to dominate. And I think Kamari Moulton is going to be better than some people anticipate this season. And I think this is the game where they show it. Give me Iowa scoring 45 or more points in this game.
If they do 45-0, it still hits the under. So there you go.
Yeah, so that should tell you something. Over under on this one is 50.5.
So 38-13. No, okay. I agree with you on the 0. I don't think they're scoring.
So unless if in the 30s.
I would say like 31 or 34-0. 33-0 because Kirk Ferentz loves his field goals. So 4 field goals, 3 touchdowns.
Are you factoring in pick sixes?
Maybe.
Get 2 pick sixes in this game. Kirk Ferentz is like, 31 points, we're good. Call it. 4th string quarterback is in there, gets a pick 6. 3rd string safety's in there, gets a pick 6.
I'm just saying, I think Iowa could get a pick 6 here and still not hit 40.
Listen, I think everybody's sleeping on Iowa too much. At least the Iowa offense. I think this Iowa offense is going to be even better than they were last year. I know Caleb Johnson is gone, but I'm a believer in Mark Gronowski, and at least for now, if they don't score 45 points in this game, I'm not a believer anymore.
I'm with Max on this. I'll believe it when I see it.
You saw it last year. They scored 40 or more points 4 times.
I saw Caleb Johnson being a dude. That's what I saw.
You saw Tim Lester's offense. You saw a much better offensive line.
I'm getting upset now, JR.
This is
going. No, I'll believe it when I see it. I think it will be better, but I need to see it first.
Okay, so what should we put it at? 41 points. If they score more than 41, I win. If they score less than 41, you win. You comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Moving on. My number 5 team, top five, Old Dominion at the Indiana Hoosiers. Hoosiers 45. I think Old Dominion gets 14 here. I think this isn't Western Illinois or anything like that. I think Indiana, very good team. they'll blow some teams out like they did last year, but I think that Old Dominion is going to give them a better threat than some other teams do. So give me the Indiana Hoosiers 45-14. They are only favored by 23.5 in this one. Take Indiana, take the over. I think the Hoosiers get it done.
They're one of my teams that I think could get above 56 because I think they have the firepower to do it.
But Old Dominion's been better than like the FCS teams they played last year.
I mean, the qualifier is the FCS teams. They still lost 37-17 against Virginia Tech. Although they did give South Carolina a good
like
game
19-17 or something.
23-19. They lost 23-19 to South Carolina. They beat superpower Georgia State. The team that beat Vanderbilt. It's weird because Old Dominion's was 5-7 a year ago, but I'm looking at the scores and I'm like, they were competitive. They're up and down though. So I think you could get a game from Indiana, and it's Kurt Signetti. So like, I could see where Old Dominion's overmatched, just even by a little bit. And Signetti's like, bombs away, man. We're just gonna blitz you.
Yeah. My biggest one with this one is not anything against Indiana. I scoring 14 points. I just think Old Dominion is, one of the better Sun Belt teams out there. I mean, Robe Dust is agreeing with me here. Old Dominion is a solid Sun Belt team, and they do play good football down there in the Sun Belt. Not as good as the MAC, but pretty good football down there.
Are you becoming a Southern homer? I don't know how I feel about this.
I just said not as good as the MAC.
That's fair. Okay.
Jeez, come on. Don't insult me like that.
I'm sorry.
Paul Finebaum. Jeez.
Wow.
Change the graphics. Sorry, Philip. Thank you. Listen, we're going kind of rapid fire here. It's hard. All right. This is where I have Western Michigan at Michigan State. I don't have a graphic for that one. Sorry. Western Michigan at Michigan State. I have Michigan State putting up 38 in this one. 38-17. I think Michigan State's defense gives up a little bit, but Aiden Childs, Nick Marsh, Krishan McCray, better offensive line. We'll see what happens with Todd Tolliver. However, I think this Michigan State team got to come out here, get some points, and give it to Western Michigan. You agree or disagree, Zach?
Yeah, I had the same score for Michigan State, 38. I was between like 7 and 10 for Western Michigan, so I'll say 38-10 Michigan State.
So we agree on Illinois, USC, and Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Look at us. All right. Next team, I have the Oregon Ducks. I got the Ducks winning this one 38-14. Now, you might say, JR, you have Iowa scoring over 40 points, but not Oregon. Hear me out. No Evan Stewart. Okay. Montana State is actually a contender to win the FCS this season. They're like a top 3 team in the FCS this year. I'm pretty sure on SP Plus they're like number 2 or something like that. So one of the top contenders out there. And then in addition to that, we still do not have a starting quarterback at Oregon. Dante Moore, Austin Novosad, unless one was announced today that I did not see, we still do not have one. And, like Pete Thamel said, even if they have one, I'm not sure that they're totally confident in that yet. So I think we might see a little bit of Dante Moore, a little bit of Austin Novosad. Do we see him kind of vary from series to series? We'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here with these two guys. And I think it could impact Oregon's offense a little bit. Not, like I still have them scoring 38 points here. So not like they're going to have a bad offensive day, but just slow the offense down a little bit with some different quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think that's good insight. You mentioned S&P Plus. Sagarin has Montana State 66th in the country overall. So they see their rating system currently has them in the same range as Cincinnati, West Virginia, Houston, Memphis, California. So like not great, but I think if you think of Montana State as, they're just FCS, Oregon's going to blow them out. You need to understand, like, Montana State is rated above a few Big Ten teams. Like they're rated above Maryland. They're rated above Northwestern. They're rated ahead of Purdue. And so again, those are what most people think are the bottom 3 teams in the Big Ten. Maybe UCLA's in there too. But UCLA has, I think, more talent. Montana State is a good team. Like they are number 2 in the FCS. They were the runner-ups a year ago in the FCS. So I'm with you on this. I think it's going to be, I think it'll be a little bit tougher for Oregon to get things going. And I think people might be surprised by the score at halftime.
What do you think the score will be at halftime?
Not like a traditional Oregon blowout. Like it might be like, 17-7, 20-7, something like that. Not that they're being threatened.
I mean, they were slow to start last year. They had that game against Idaho State. What'd that finish? Like 24-14, but that was more of like an offensive line and trick plays thing by Idaho, not Idaho State, sorry, Idaho. I mean, Dylan Gabriel still threw for nearly 400 yards in that game, but it was a 24-14, and then Boise State, they 37-34 in that game. So it's not unheard of for Oregon to have a little bit of a slow start to the season.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
All right. Next after them. Reminder, Big Jeff's Insight, that is coming to you Thursday morning. So I misspoke last episode about the live on Wednesday night. Jeff has a thing going on. He'll tell you more about that Thursday morning, but we're going to record that. I'll post it Thursday morning on podcast and on YouTube so you guys can check it out there. I'll probably post it sometime around like 9, 10 a.m. or something like that. So you guys can check it out there. But Big Jeff's Insight, first episode previewing a week of the season for him. Should be a good time, and we'll have fun there. But do want to get to the next team to score the most points in the Big Ten. Getting to the middle of the pack now. I got Washington against Colorado State. Washington winning this one 38-13. A little bit of a smaller spread for Washington in this one as well. Not totally confident on why that is. I know Colorado State had a pretty good year last year, and they're expected to be a better G5 team again this year. But maybe the numbers just don't love Washington right now. I love Washington, so I got them winning this one. And covering the spread on it, and not too many points, 38, but still a good amount of points against a rather good G5 team. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I think Washington will handle business. Like Colorado State, they had a good season last year. They, 8-5, 6-1 in their conference. But I mean, every good team that they played, they got handled. For the most part, like Texas, they lost 52-0. Colorado 28-9. Miami of Ohio 43-17. Now that was the bowl game, so who knows how motivated they were. But the teams that they beat were the teams that I think people expected them to beat. Any type of Power 5 team or like maybe better Group of 5 team gave them a pretty. At least beat them, if not gave them a pretty bad beating. So I would say I think you're spot on
that. Trojan Fight says, wasn't App State and FCS when they beat Michigan? Yeah, I mean, they were kind of like Montana State a little bit when they won that one. But
this is in reference to what Yankee posted.
Oh. Who would have thought?
Sorry, Yankee.
I don't know if we'll ever see anything like that again. Blueverine with the deuces there. Hey, Blueverine, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. So my next one, I forgot to switch it over there. My bad. The next one I have here, all right, is Ohio at Rutgers. And Zach, found this stat the other day from Garrett C. Wright over at Saturday Glory, his YouTube channel over there. He does a pretty good job. Go check him out. He said that a MAC team has beaten a Big Ten team 16 out of the last 18 seasons. Now, SEC, people, don't be getting don't be pulling your britches up too much or anything. You did lose to, what was it, Toledo last year. Mississippi State lost like 42-17 or something crazy like that. So the SEC loses to MAC teams as well, and Texas A&M lost to App State a few years ago. So, it does happen to other conferences, not just the Big Ten. But it does have me thinking, if a Big Ten team is to lose to a MAC team, who would it be if it happens this week 1? And I think it's probably one of either Ball State, Purdue, Ohio, Rutgers, Miami, Wisconsin, or Buffalo, Minnesota. Now, I don't think any of those teams will lose, but one of those teams could be it. I think people are probably going to choose Rutgers because of Ohio and what they could be this year, but I don't think so. I do think Ohio will put up 20 on Rutgers, but I think Rutgers will put up 35, so that's where I have them there. But what do you think, Zach?
Honestly, the team that I would, and I know we disagree on this, but the team I'm probably most concerned about is Minnesota with Buffalo, because I think Buffalo's legitimately good.
I mean, so is Ohio and Miami, though, right?
Well, Ohio has some turnover. Like I think they lost their entire offensive line.
Yes, but they lost pretty much their entire coaching staff except for I think the offensive coordinator took over.
Yes,
but
I think they still have the defensive coordinator.
Maybe they still have him too.
Yeah,
but you could also argue similar stuff to like what we said about Ohio State, which is like you don't have any eyes on what this team will do. You know, I mean, with maybe the offensive coordinator taking over, you have some of that stuff there, but new coaching staff, stuff like that. We'll see, but I do think Navarro probably gets the most points for a MAC team.
Time. He is the best quarterback in the MAC, and that will be tough. But we're pretty similar on our scores. I had 37-17 for Rutgers. I feel like people are ascribing Rutgers' ability based on their schedule, because I don't think it's likely that they make a bowl game, but it's not because they're not good. Like, I think they actually have a decent roster this year. I just think so. Like, I don't think Rutgers is in danger of losing to Ohio.
I don't think they are either. If there was a team that could be losing at halftime, I think it could be Ohio at Rutgers, or Rutgers losing to Ohio at halftime, or Miami, Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin kind of got on a little bit of a slow start last year as well against Western Michigan and stuff like that. But I don't think either of those teams will end up losing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Minnesota's got too good of a defense. So, I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, I actually have Purdue right under Rutgers. Give me Purdue winning this one at 34-17 against Ball State. Ryan Brown, starting quarterback. He's going to bring the magic with him, Zach. Give me Ryan Brown putting up 34 points on Ball State.
Yeah, I think like Ball State, like there are good MAC teams. Ball State, not really one of them. So I think this is, there's a little bit of hope in West Lafayette, and I think it's probably a double-digit spread.
Now, I could see Purdue tied or down at halftime just because of all the new transfers and everything else and trying to get stuff together, but I think Barry Odom's too good of a coach to let that continue on for the rest of the game. All right, next I have scoring the same amount of points but giving up less points. I have Wisconsin beating Miami 34-10. What do you think, Zach? You think that's going to happen?
I had 31-10.
All right. Very close there. Very close.
Yeah.
Next team I have scoring 31 as well is the Maryland Terrapins, getting 31-20. Malik Washington starting, possibly. Actually, I don't know who they've announced yet. I think it's probably going to be Malik Washington.
Have they announced it yet?
I don't know. I don't think they've announced it yet. At least I haven't seen anything. I'll look it up to be sure. But yeah, I think Maryland, Florida Atlantic is going to put up some points. I think they're probably going to do that. But overall, Maryland's going to outscore Mike Locksley. Too much offense for me, and they win. And plus, Mike Locksley doesn't lose in September. Just doesn't happen. Or August. Doesn't happen. So get that out of your brain.
I would probably pick what you just picked. I'm like what you just said, like Mike Locksley doesn't lose in September. I don't know why, because Florida Atlantic's not good. They're completely changing everything over. I just don't love how much uncertainty there's been with Maryland. And I'm just wondering, like, is this going to be the game where we're just shocked and Maryland gets upset? I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't, but I just see all the variables, and I have not loved what I've heard from our friend Larry, and just everything that's going on with Maryland. There's a part of me that wonders, is this, I don't know, is it unraveling a little bit? I hope not, but
you Maryland hater.
I am.
Yankee asked, is Michigan going to win 9-3, JR? No. Wait. You got to remember, they have a good defense, so if they're tied with somebody else, the other team's probably scoring less. Steely Matt is here, says, what's up, JR and Zach? What's up, Steely Matt? He reposted the stream earlier. I missed that. Sorry, missed that, Steely Matt. Thanks for reposting the stream. If anybody's out there on Twitter and you would like to do that, please do. Helps out the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Steely Matt's the guy. Always does that for us. Thanks, Steely Matt. All right, I did look it up, and no starting quarterback announced for Maryland yet. So, Dave Valinsky, thanks for the $5 super chat. Says, is JR a little more country, and is it that a little bit more? And is that a little bit more rock and roll? I do feel a little bit more country tonight. I was watching an SEC podcast earlier, and maybe their accents are rubbing off on me. Do I see more country tonight, Zach?
I was going to tell you that we had to have a conversation after the show.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Well,
I was trying to figure out if they agreed with our upset picks.
Oh.
So.
What did they say?
They felt like Alabama's winning the SEC. So they do not.
So I'm not.
Pick.
I'm not in good graces right now.
Yeah,
to be fair, Big Jeff did not thought that we were both wrong on it too. So
yeah.
Again, to be fair, my Alabama upset pick is mostly because I wanted to pick something different than Syracuse, Tennessee. So I don't know if I would have picked that if you hadn't picked Syracuse, Tennessee, which is maybe a hedge.
Their most likely upset pick was Toledo, Kentucky, which I said was probably my most likely one, but I didn't want to pick it because I felt like that was too easy. Dave says, Zach, a little bit more rock and roll. That makes sense. You are a little bit more rock and roll, and I'm a little bit more country.
Does that mean I need to grow out my hair like Steven Tyler, Aerosmith?
Yeah, and voice too. Yes.
That's all you're gonna get.
Who's gonna score the most points in the Big Ten this week? Illinois.
And everybody just collectively clicked off.
Oh,
we can't do this.
Lost all our viewers. All right. Next one, I have Minnesota 31-10. I got Minnesota winning this one. Now, I do think you make a good point that it could start a little slow for Minnesota, Zach. So I'm not going to totally disagree with you. I'm not saying that Minnesota's going to come out the gate and just like guns a-blazing, go crazy, and score 20 points straight in the first 5 minutes of the game. However, I do think that Minnesota's defense is going to be good enough. They're not going to let Buffalo get up on them 17-10 or something like that. I don't know. I understand the offensive part of it. I don't think I agree with the defensive part of it, that Buffalo is going to be up on Minnesota at halftime.
I mentioned it as a possibility. I didn't say it's definitely going to happen, to be fair. Okay. But
it's a possibility, sure.
Yeah, I think if there's any opportunity for like a pick six or like a blow by, strip sack, something like that, I think it's this game because Buffalo has an edge rusher going against inexperienced tackles. But I ultimately I think Minnesota pulls it out. Our scores here, ironically, we have the same total. Like we both have 41. But you have 31-10. I have 28-13. So like we're pretty close on this.
Yeah. I have multiple teams scoring 31.
Yeah, you do.
One. So yeah, I'm saving my bigger ones of the week for later because I feel like those are going to be more interesting to talk a little bit more on. Yeah. So
like New Mexico at Michigan.
Yeah. Yes, New Mexico at Michigan. Which Terry did say row the boat, and yes, row the boat. Indeed. Dave's right. PJ has struggled against MAC schools a little bit in his career in the Big Ten. So, we'll see.
He has lost to worse MAC teams.
Yikes.
I'm not projecting that he's going to lose. That's not what I'm saying, but it is it's in his history.
It's in his DNA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my next team is Michigan. I have them scoring 31 points, but I have them shutting out New Mexico. New Mexico probably not going to be very good this year. They were a better team last year when they played Michigan, and or was it last year they played Michigan? Yeah, they played them last year as well. But I think overall, Michigan, their defense is going to show out in this one. I would not be surprised if Bryce Underwood, either gets really, really hot and then struggles a little bit later on, or he struggles a little bit early on and gets really, really hot. I think you're probably going to get one of those plays from Bryce Underwood in this one where it's like, don't think that was right, but I think you're also going to get multiple plays where it's like, holy cow, this guy is amazing because of the talent he has and everything. So it's going to be a little bit of both, but I think Michigan's going to go out there and prove their defense and prove that losing their first round picks and everything else, that they still got really good guys out there. So I think they'll hold New Mexico to 0 points, but put up 31 sounds about right. Michigan's not normally one of those teams to go put up 45, 50 points or something like that. Could they? Sure. Maybe. I just don't think they will. Zach, you agree or disagree?
So just one point of correction. Michigan and New Mexico have never played each other.
Who did they play last year then?
They might have played New Mexico State.
Maybe it was New Mexico State.
Although I don't know if it was them either. I'm trying to remember what their schedule was a year ago. Because I know they had Texas.
Arkansas State.
Arkansas
That's
State.
who I was thinking of. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I wasn't trying to, but I was looking it up. I was like, oh, they didn't play.
Well, they both have the Wolves. It's the Wolves that get you a little mixed up there. The Red Wolves and the Lobos and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there really a difference between Arkansas State and New Mexico? I don't think so. They're in the same place,
I think
right?
Butch Jones is at Arkansas State, isn't he?
Is he?
The former Tennessee head coach?
Yeah, there's a reason why he's there instead of Tennessee now.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, I would probably say like high 20s, low 30s as well. I don't think New Mexico's scoring on Michigan's defense. No,
if it is,
sir.
It's like late in the game field goal, late in the game touchdown, right?
Yeah, like I could see maybe New Mexico gets a drive in early and gets a field goal. So maybe like this might be my only deviation is like 31-6.
Yeah.
But like I think in terms of total points, it'll be ugly at times, but they'll still look dominant.
Yeah. Oh, on the run game too. I mean, Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall, that offensive line is going to be good at run blocking this year. The question is just the pass blocking a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah. Do you think Haynes and Marshall both get over 100 yards?
No, because I don't think Moore keeps him in that long.
Okay.
I think
there's a third back that they're really high on.
CJ Hester, but he transferred out.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he transferred out like at the beginning of fall camp, so they probably got another third string guy they feel good about, but yeah, so. Oh, Yankees saying that Jason Eck is at New Mexico, the guy that pushed Oregon to the brink last year at Idaho. So who knows? Maybe we'll see some trickery stuff, and maybe that'll get New Mexico some scores. We'll see. But all right. Let's move on. Oh, last thing, and then we'll get to Utah UCLA. Hey, we're gonna be live Thursday, or at least I'll be live Thursday after the Nebraska and Wisconsin game, talking about all the games that happened on Thursday. So join me here live following those two games, and if the games are pretty well over into the end of it, I might start in the fourth quarter of them or something like that. So just be checking on the channel, seeing when we go live, but we'll go live for that one. So that way the podcast people will have a podcast on Friday, and then we'll also have a, some stuff for you guys on Thursday night as well. So check on back over here on Thursday night. All right. Last one, or not last one, but that was our last announcement thing. Utah at UCLA, Zach. I have 31-28. But the reason I have this lower than Michigan at 31 is because I have UCLA only scoring 28 points in this one, and I have Utah beating UCLA. Hurts my heart. Don't like to say it. I know the UCLA fans are going to hate me even more than they already do, but it's my honest opinion. I think Utah wins this one. Sorry, Bruins. What do you think, Zach?
I feel like both of these teams I don't really have a good feel for because everybody thought Utah was going to be great a year ago, and why can't I remember the quarterback that was there for like 12 years that was supposed to start? Cam Rising. Like Cam Rising's not back again, is he? He's done, right?
No, he's done. He retired.
Okay, good. Because like I didn't need another ninth year player in my life. I just feel like there's a lot of hype around Utah, but I don't understand it necessarily. And like with UCLA, I think our big question mark is Nico. So I feel very torn on this game.
Oh, I don't question Nico.
No,
Nico's going to be amazing.
I don't question Nico, his skill set. I question Nico and his grasp of the offense early on. That's my
okay.
But I could see, and UCLA's defense, I think, is a question mark. But I could see, like, I can see a world where UCLA upsets Utah, especially because it's at UCLA. And I think there's a world where Utah isn't nearly as good as people think they are. But it's hard for me to pick UCLA when there's so many unknowns. In some ways, well, no, I won't say that. I just think the unknowns for both teams makes me lean Utah as well. So like I think I am with you on Utah, but I will not be shocked if UCLA beats Utah.
I mean, it's going to take some really good pass rush from UCLA if they're going to win this one. You know, Utah has 2 tackles in this one that could both go first round next season, first round, second round. You're talking about Spencer Fano and Caleb Lumu, how you pronounce it. I apologize, but they have 2 really good tackles in this one. I believe they can both go to the draft. Maybe one of them can't. Can't always remember the redshirt situations, but I don't think either of them are a senior, so both of them still have eligibility after this, and they're both really good guys, both over 300 pounds, over 6'6", so they'll be a problem for UCLA's pass rush, which we'll see what UCLA's secondary looks like. I like parts of it, but I also think when you bring in that many transfers and stuff, it's just one of those things where you just don't know until you see them all play together. So, we'll see what happens here, but overall, I think the biggest thing for UCLA is you got to get a running game this time. I mean, Ethan Garbers was not a bad quarterback last year, but he didn't have a running game, right? Yep. And Deshaun Foster, I know that was killing him last year. They didn't have a running game. But the thing that I'll always say about UCLA last year that they always deserve credit for is that team could have given up on Deshaun Foster, but they didn't. They did not give up on Deshaun Foster. I think he's going to have these guys ready to play, ready to go. Quasi Gilmer, I saw a report today. He's supposed to play, so I feel good about that. Caden Robinson still, he had his thing where he can't play, unfortunately. But, if the wide receivers can be something special for him in this game, I like this to be a shootout game. I got it 31-28 right now, but I would not be surprised at all if this game is 45-42 or something like that. Yeah. I just don't have it being that high because I think historically Utah has too strong of a defense for that to happen. So,
yep.
All right. Next one is, I had Nebraska in that one winning. I think I had them 31-27, so I guess actually they should be ahead of Utah UCLA there. So 31-27. What was your score prediction on that one?
38-27.
38-27. So you had them a little bit higher than me. You had them scoring up with like Washington and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a cheap score late to put it out of reach. But
yeah. And then finally, I did have Ohio State scoring 17-13 against Texas. We'll see though. I'm a little down on the offenses on that one. I listened to some reviews and stuff today, and people seem to be more confident in the offenses than I am. However, we'll see. The next one, final one, Northwestern at Tulane. I do not think this one's going to be super high scoring. I think Northwestern has a good enough defense to hold Tulane in check. I am just concerned with what this Northwestern offense looks like coming out of the gate. Preston Stone, do they have the receivers? They got Griffith Wild coming out of South Dakota. Griffin Wild coming out of South Dakota State, so I like that addition. We'll see how that goes for him. But overall, I mean, this is a team with a much bigger offensive line, I guess I should say. Preston Stone has ability. We'll see if he puts it all together. Good running back situation with Joseph Hyman and Cam Porter. Hyman's got to prove it a little bit this season that he's not just, a big play guy, but he can actually be a consistent down-to-down guy. But to me, the biggest question mark is those wide receivers on offense. Can they help Preston Stone enough?
David Braun, in you we trust. That's what I like David Braun. I know he had a kind of down-to-earth year last year. But I know did you give your score prediction already?
No, you can give yours though if you want.
Well, mine is the reverse of yours.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Just say it.
Yeah, so 21-17 Northwestern.
I have 21-17 Tulane.
Yeah. Tulane, I think, is a group of 5 playoff contender. But I think people are sleeping on Northwestern. I think a lot of people just think, oh, poor Northwestern. They're not very good. They're lowly rated. And I think David Braun's going to learn a lot of lessons from a year ago. And I think this roster is going to come together. And I think they're going to surprise some people.
I hope so. I hope they're able to stop the run. Utah, consistently pretty good running team past few years. I think they got a transfer out of the transfer portal for their running back. But Parker. They got that Wayshawn Parker kid. So I don't think he came out of did he come out of the portal? I don't know the Big 12 as well as I know the Big 10, but I know their running back situation is a bit of a question mark. So we'll see. This honestly might just come down to who can run the ball better in this one. So
I agree with that. I think whoever runs the ball the best.
But I mean, you said it earlier about Nico Iamaleava with UCLA. Like if Jake Ratzliff. Can't pronounce his name either.
Yeah, BYU quarterback, right?
Yeah, the former BYU quarterback. He's Retzlaff. There we go. Jake Retzlaff. He's coming in, and he just came in later than Nico did. So does he have a full grasp of the offense together?
And I think that's a good point. And Braun's a defensive guy.
Get pressure on him. Saka, Hubbard.
Yeah. And that's something that we haven't talked about a lot, but that defensive line for Northwestern is better than people think. And Saka and those boys, I think, are going to be ready to make life. They're ready to welcome Sutcliffe. They're ready to welcome him.
You should say Sutcliffe.
Is that what his name? What's the name?
No, Retzlaff.
Retzlaff. Oh my gosh!
I thought you were taking a diss at the BYU transfer.
No, it's been a long day, man. I'm sorry. Retzlaff.
I was like, he didn't tell me about that one coming up. So
Retzlaff.
That's hilarious. Hey, you know who I really want to see though? You know who I really want to see?
Preston Stone.
What? No. Well, yes, obviously, but give me Brendan Sullivan. I would transfer. Put Brendan Sullivan in. Come on. Do it. I don't think so. Man. I think he's like third or fourth of the depth chart. Yeah. So
Dave has been super generous to us the past couple weeks.
Dave's the man.
Yeah, we just want to give you props, man. Congratulations to Purdue. You already look better than Stanford, and you haven't played a game. The only thing that Stanford has to look forward to is the antics of their marching band. Yeah, Stanford looked not great.
They ran the ball okay. They just decided to pass when they were up. Bad coaching and bad passing. I didn't understand it. I was like, what in the world?
Andrew Luck has been away from the game too long.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew Luck's not the coach, though. It's Frank Wright, which, as a Colts fan, I can tell you, Frank Wright, not a good head coach.
Oh, boy. So wait, what's Andrew Luck's role?
He's the general manager.
Okay, so both him and Frank Reich don't know what they're doing.
Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
So Retzlaff.
Rets laugh.
Rets
Retzlaff. Rets
Okay.
laugh.
I think Northwestern's defensive line is gonna put a lot of pressure on him.
All right, let's end here, Zach. I asked the good people of Twitter, and they gave their opinions, as they normally do, whether you ask them or not. Which team in the Big Ten is most likely to get upset and lose in Week 1? We got some Ohio States, some Wisconsin, some Oregons, Rutgers. I mean, basically the entire conference is getting upset, according to Twitter. The most people are saying Ohio State, but Ohio State, they're favored. So
They're favored. So it'd be a very mild. I don't know if you can really call it a true upset though when you're playing the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, I mean they're still favored though. So you lose, you get upset. I'll call it.
I don't know. Yankee saying we can't count Ohio State as an upset. I kind of agree with Yankee. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, if I'm picking an upset in the SEC, I would still pick Auburn, favored by 2.5, and Ohio State's favored by 2.5. So if I'm going to be consistent here,
that's fair. That's fair.
Max is saying that he would be upset if his team loses. So not the same kind of upset.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Max. I think Indiana should be good this week. We'll see, but should be good.
Yeah. If we're going by that, then I think Ohio State is easily the biggest upset candidate. But I think if you're excluding Ohio State, Northwestern's not favored, but I think they are most likely to lose. But I think it's a team like one of those 4 that we covered: Wisconsin, Rutgers, Minnesota, Purdue, like where they're all playing MAC teams. But I think it's Ohio State.
Yeah, I think we literally got a mention of almost every single Big Ten team that's favored.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I know is not getting upset is Michigan. Like, Michigan's safe.
They should be.
Yeah. Yankee has a good one. Is there a chance that Oregon messes around and finds out?
I don't think there's a chance they lose, but I think there's a chance of, repeat of Idaho last year, like 24-10 or 24-14 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Oregon, they have too many athletes.
Yeah.
I know it's an FCS contender, but they're still FCS.
Yeah.
They don't have the dudes that a national championship contender does.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know. There seems to be some uncertainty there for the Ducks, but in general, I agree with you.
Yeah.
You didn't talk about maybe the most important upset that's happened this week.
Which is?
All the guys that will never get to put a ring on Taylor Swift's finger.
Oh my gosh. I literally got a breaking news report from The Athletic today. I was like, what happened in college football? It's like, oh, no. They just got engaged. Stupid. I'm about ready to unsubscribe. I'm about ready to unsubscribe from The Athletic for putting out breaking news that Taylor Swift got engaged. My gosh.
Hey, Taylor Swift is engaged to Travis Kelce, who played his football for Cincinnati. So Nebraska's on upset alert.
Yeah, I'd like to ban Taylor Swift from football. Get out of here.
Oh man, I just hit on a nerve.
I can't stand it.
Should we have a Taylor Swift tracker?
It's like all the Colorado fans that came into college football because of Deion Sanders. At least he was a football player. But no, now we got all the Colorado fans. They have no idea. They don't know the tradition. They don't know college football. They don't know any of that stuff. They just see Deion Sanders. Oh, we're hooped today. We're Colorado fans now. Well, it's even worse with Taylor Swift. Thank goodness Taylor Swift is not in college football. It's getting into college football somehow, even though Travis Kelce is a tight end in the NFL. But we got people talking now, oh, they're going to have their engagement party at the Nebraska. Get out of here with that. I know Travis Kelce went to Cincinnati, but it should not happen. This should not be discussed in college football circles. We do not need to talk about it. Max is right. Jordan Hudson was enough of a story. We didn't need that. We don't need Taylor Swift in college football. End rant.
I didn't realize I feel like I just poked the bear.
I just can't stand it. So, Dave says, "What's the over/under on divorce?" Well, half. I don't think there's 1.5 here. It's just half.
I don't know if
the
we
over/under
is
just a half.
Yeah.
You can't get more than one divorce. I guess they get remarried again, but
yeah. No, I am not a Swiftie. I'm not the biggest fan.
I'll tell you what really made me hate it.
Good for them.
What really made me hate it was when the Big Ten put out that stupid post with like the lock and the Big Ten logo in it, and they were like, something coming soon, and we were all like, oh my gosh, like, is it conference realignment or their pods, like what's coming to the Big Ten, and, is it a scheduling agreement? Like, we were all kind of freaking out, like, oh my gosh, the Big Ten's gonna announce something on Friday, this is gonna be crazy. You know what they announced, Zach? They said we're in our new women's soccer era. A reference to Taylor Swift. You got the Big Ten out here making references to Taylor Swift and her album and her tour and everything. I'm just done with it. I'm just done with it.
I feel like, I mean, this is, well, no, I won't go there. I'm not going to go there. Sometimes I'm like, this would be something good to say. And then my brain is smart enough. Or like, sometimes you say something and you're like, I can never have that back. I feel like as I've gotten older, my filter has caught up with the stupidity that I could say, which I'm very thankful for that. So I'm just bringing that back.
Seek says, JR, your outfit makes me hungry for mint chocolate chip ice cream. Oh, go get yourself some mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's only 10 o'clock here Eastern time. Stores are still open for you, Seek.
Yeah. You probably go through your drive-through at Culver's.
Yeah, there you go. Yankee says, what you're upset about is the various entities using Taylor Swift's fame to make money. Well, yes, that, and then also too, like, nobody in college football asked for this. Like, we don't need Taylor Swift fans to come to college football and make a big deal about. Like, we're fine with our own fans. Thank you. Is playoff expansion not enough of a moneymaker for you all? You're gonna try to bring Taylor Swift into this.
I think you should start the next podcast. You should
opposite of a Swiftie.
Start the next podcast with breaking news. Taylor Swift. No, don't do that.
I'll tell you what. The time when I became anti-Swiftie was when my wife almost bought tickets for a concert that was like $1,200. I was like, we are not spending $1,200 on a stupid concert ticket. And she's like, well, you go to football games. I'm like, they're like $100 for a ticket.
Yeah.
That's a tenth.
The Rose Bowl was literally cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Like, legit. And we got good seats.
There you go. So, anyway, we've gone way over.
Yeah,
Zach,
we have.
Any final thoughts? Not Swiftie related.
I apologize for bringing that very sore subject up. I felt like I had to be culturally relevant, but I guess that was a poor way to do it.
We don't need the Swifties in the chat here. We got Max, Yankee, Troy, Philip, all the others. Sorry, I'm naming the ones I see on my screen right now.
I was gonna say I don't think they're here to advocate for Swift.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need the Swifties coming.
Listen,
in. We got our people, Zach.
I'm just happy that Travis put a ring on it. Good for them. Congratulations. Football starts on Thursday.
Yes, it does. All right. Hey, check us out. Premiere of Big Jeff's Insight Thursday morning. Look for that to be posted. I'll try to be in the chat when that one premieres, talking it up with you guys when we do that. And then, like I said, Friday night or Thursday night after the games, come join in, live show, talking about all the games, what happens, everything like that. And then be live Saturday night for Power Rankings after the final Big Ten game. Should be a great time. Should be good. Anything else, Zach?
No, just thanks to everyone in the chat. We appreciate you guys.
Special thanks to Dave, Super Chat King.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Have a good one.